Have you ever wondered what truly defines a person's character? Is it their words, their accomplishments, or perhaps their reputation? While these aspects can provide some insight, they often mask the deeper layers of a person's true self. Character, as many philosophers, psychologists, and spiritual leaders suggest, is most accurately revealed in the smallest and seemingly most inconsequential actions. How do they treat those who cannot reciprocate? And how do they uphold their promises when faced with adversity? These two dimensions act as a mirror, reflecting the very essence of integrity and kindness. In today's fast-paced and appearance-driven world, we often overlook these subtle yet profound markers of authenticity. People are quick to showcase their best sides in public, but their true nature comes to light in moments where the stakes are low and the attention is minimal. In this exploration, we will delve into these indicators of character, supported by real-world examples, psychological insights, and Buddhist principles that emphasize mindfulness and compassion. Let us embark on this journey of understanding how small actions can reveal great truths about ourselves and those around us. Part 1. How they treat those who cannot reciprocate. One of the clearest indicators of a person's character is their behavior toward those who lack the power to reciprocate. This can be observed in everyday situations, interactions with waiters, janitors, or other service workers. Such moments often reveal values and priorities more authentically than words ever could. Consider the story of a monk in a small village, renowned for his humility and kindness. One day, a wealthy merchant visited the temple, impressed by its serene beauty. While boasting about his riches, the merchant noticed the monk walk outside to offer his robe to a beggar, shivering in the cold. When asked why he gave away such a valuable possession, the monk simply replied, "What I gave was not for recognition, but because kindness is my nature." This story reflects a universal truth that kindness, when genuine, is unprompted and unconditional. Psychological research corroborates this, suggesting that actions toward those perceived as inferior or powerless are unfiltered glimpses into a person's true self. For instance, a genuine thank you or a patient response to a mistake made by a service worker reflects empathy and respect. Conversely, displays of arrogance or impatience often indicate deeper insecurities or unresolved internal conflicts. These principles extend beyond everyday interactions to the behaviors of notable figures. Take former U.S. President Jimmy Carter, who after leaving office dedicated his life to humanitarian work through Habitat for Humanity. Despite his status and power, Carter's consistent willingness to work alongside volunteers building homes for those in need epitomizes the character trait of treating everyone with respect and compassion, regardless of their ability to reciprocate. Another striking example is Mahatma Gandhi, who championed nonviolence and equality throughout his life. Gandhi's philosophy of serving the last person in society reflected his deep-seated belief in the dignity of every individual. Despite being a revered leader, he insisted on spinning his own clothes and living humbly, emphasizing that true power lies in humility and service. From a modern corporate perspective, consider Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft. Known for his empathetic leadership, Nadella emphasizes kindness and inclusivity within his organization. He transformed Microsoft's culture by valuing employees at all levels, ensuring even those without traditional power feel heard and respected. This approach not only highlights his personal integrity, but also fosters a workplace environment rooted in mutual respect. Observing how individuals treat those who cannot offer them anything tangible is a profound exercise in understanding true character. Do they hold the door open for a janitor, acknowledge the efforts of a barista, or thank the cashier with a smile? These seemingly small actions speak volumes. Similarly, self-reflection is vital. How do you behave in these scenarios? Are your gestures of kindness genuine, or are they influenced by external perceptions? To cultivate this awareness, mindfulness becomes essential. The Buddhist principle of metta, or loving kindness, calls for extending compassion to all beings without discrimination. Practicing metta involves acknowledging the humanity in everyone and acting with kindness as a default, rather than an exception. In essence, how one treats those without the power to reciprocate serves as a litmus test for authenticity. These interactions, however brief, can reveal the layers of empathy, respect, and integrity that define a person. The ripple effects of such actions extend far beyond the moment, contributing to a culture of kindness and understanding. Part 2, how they honor their promises. Honoring promises is one of the clearest expressions of integrity. When a person commits to something and follows through, it sends an unmistakable message. You matter, and I value my word. Conversely, breaking promises erodes trust, weakens credibility, and diminishes the strength of relationships. Nelson Mandela stands as a powerful example of honoring commitments. Despite enduring 27 years in prison under the apartheid regime, he remained steadfast in his promise to unite South Africa peacefully. When he emerged as a leader, Mandela could have pursued retribution, but instead he honored his pledge to reconciliation and unity, becoming a symbol of resilience and integrity. His actions showed that keeping promises is not about convenience, but about conviction. Everyday life also provides countless opportunities to honor promises. Consider the small but significant commitments we make daily: being punctual, keeping a promise to spend time with family, or following through on a task at work. These actions may seem minor, but they build a foundation of trust and reliability. For example, parents who consistently honor their commitments to their children create a sense of stability and trust, shaping the child's ability to build healthy relationships in the future. Psychological studies, including Albert Bandura's social learning theory, emphasize that our actions shape not only how others view us, but also how we perceive ourselves. When we honor promises, we reinforce a sense of self-respect and integrity. Conversely, breaking promises frequently can lead to a loss of confidence in strained relationships. Honoring commitments often requires resilience, especially in the face of challenges. J.K. Rowling, the renowned author of the Harry Potter series, exemplifies this. Despite numerous rejections and personal struggles, she fulfilled her promise to herself to write a story that inspired millions. Her journey underscores that honoring even personal promises can lead to transformative outcomes. Leadership accountability offers another lens to understand this principle. Oprah Winfrey, for instance, has built a legacy of trust through her transparency. When she makes mistakes, she owns them, apologizes sincerely, and takes corrective actions. This level of accountability strengthens her credibility and shows that integrity is about actions aligning with words, even in the face of adversity. On the other hand, broken promises, especially when paired with deflection or blame shifting, can damage trust irreparably. Leaders who fail to follow through on commitments, whether in politics, business, or personal life, risk alienating their supporters and tarnishing their reputations. For individuals, a pattern of unfulfilled promises can create emotional distance and erode relationships over time. Reflecting on our own ability to honor commitments is crucial. Are we consistent in keeping our word, even when it's inconvenient? When circumstances prevent us from fulfilling a promise, how do we handle the situation? Acknowledging setbacks and taking proactive steps to address them not only preserves trust, but also demonstrates emotional maturity and accountability. From a Buddhist perspective, honoring promises aligns with the practice of mindfulness and intention. Promises are not just words, but reflections of our values. Mindfulness encourages us to make commitments thoughtfully, ensuring we have the capacity and intention to fulfill them. Acting with intention ensures that our words and actions remain in harmony, fostering trust and respect in our relationships. In cultivating this practice, simple steps can make a significant difference. Before making a promise, pause and consider whether you can realistically fulfill it. Communicate clearly if circumstances change, and always strive to maintain transparency. Over time, these habits strengthen your ability to build meaningful, trust-filled relationships. Ultimately, the ripple effects of honoring promises extend far beyond the immediate moment. Each kept promise contributes to a legacy of integrity, inspiring others to act with the same level of accountability and respect. By choosing to honor commitments consistently, we not only build trust, but also contribute to a more harmonious and compassionate world. Why this matters? From a Buddhist viewpoint, the two aspects of kindness and integrity are deeply connected to the principles of compassion and mindfulness. Compassion calls us to treat all beings with respect, while mindfulness encourages us to act with intention and consistency. When cultivated, these traits improve not only our relationships, but also our inner peace and fulfillment. For example, consider Bill Gates, one of the most prominent philanthropists in the modern world. Despite his immense wealth and influence, Gates has consistently focused on improving global health and education through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. His dedication to long-term goals, even those that do not directly benefit him, shows his commitment to promises of creating a better future. His actions echo the Buddhist principle of serving others selflessly while remaining mindful of one's purpose. Years ago, I encountered a struggling artist who dreamed of painting a mural for their community. Though skeptical, I decided to support them. They faced countless challenges and criticisms, yet stayed true to their promise to complete the project. When the mural was unveiled, it not only beautified the neighborhood, but also demonstrated the power of resilience and integrity. This experience taught me that honoring commitments often has a ripple effect, inspiring others and fostering trust. By adopting kindness and integrity in our daily lives, we create a ripple effect that benefits both ourselves and those around us. Whether through small gestures or significant commitments, our actions define who we are and shape the legacy we leave behind. In Buddhist philosophy, every action we take is like a stone thrown into a pond, creating ripples that spread outward. Kindness and integrity are no different. By treating those who cannot reciprocate with genuine compassion and honoring commitments with unwavering dedication, we create waves of trust, respect, and inspiration that touch countless lives. Reflecting on examples like Jimmy Carter, Nelson Mandela, and Oprah Winfrey, we see that these qualities are not confined to spiritual leaders or historical figures. They are universal values that anyone can embody. Whether it's helping a struggling colleague, apologizing sincerely for a mistake, or simply showing gratitude to a waiter, every action matters. As you go about your day, consider the ripples you are creating. Are they ripples of kindness and reliability, or are they tainted by neglect and inconsistency? By making conscious choices to embody these principles, you not only elevate your own character, but also contribute to a more compassionate and trustworthy world.